Hello, hello to our students that are entering into the room this evening for our presentation. Welcome to the Collegewise virtual college fair powered by Strive Scan. Students, a couple of things I want to go over with you before we pass it off to our presenters. If at any point you have a question and like to ask our representatives, use that Q&A button that's in the center bottom of your screen. You don't have to ask the question while that rep is currently presenting. You can ask any question throughout our next 45 minutes together. If it is something you'd like to hear an answer from a specific college, please make sure to indicate that in the question so the right person gets back to you. Your camera and microphone are off, so our presenters can't see or hear you. Additionally, always check out Collegewise for more sessions that might be coming in the future. And this recording will be available usually within a few days on that same website where you registered for this event. So without further ado, I am going to pass it off to our presenter from Arcadia University.
Thank you so much and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Devin Miller. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Arcadia University. If you're not familiar with Arcadia, we're located just outside of Philadelphia. We are in the suburb called Glenside, Pennsylvania. Downtown Glenside is a really great area for students to explore. We have lots of different shops and restaurants, but we also have a train station right in town that takes students into Center City, Philadelphia. So it's a really nice sort of dual environment that you'll find at Arcadia, a balance between that suburb and that city life. And we also have both entrances to campus that are bus stops as well that take students into the surrounding area. So it's a really kind of vibrant location that we are in. Immediately on campus, we are a little bit of a smaller institution. So I always tell students it's all about fit, but if you're looking for a place where you can kind of fly under the radar in the back of a lecture hall, that's really not what you're going to find at Arcadia. We only have about 2,100 undergraduate students, and our average first year class size is about 14 students, and it really won't go much past that throughout your time at Arcadia. You're never going to have a class larger than about 25 to 30 students. So we really try and foster a little bit more community building in the classroom, kind of building relationships between you and your peers as well as your professors. And our professors really do sort of take an active role in student life, helping you with research opportunities, internship opportunities, and a variety of professional development opportunities outside of just teaching you in the classroom. We have about 65 fields of study at Arcadia, so we are a liberal arts school. We have a variety of things that you can study. Our most popular majors right now are biology, psychology, business, and our art and design programs. We have a variety of pre-professional and pre-health programs, including physician assistant, physical therapy, and forensic science. All of those are 4+ programs. So students at Arcadia have a short admission into the graduate level of those programs if you are an Arcadia student. That sort of gives you a leg up into getting into those graduate program opportunities. We also have a pretty vibrant campus life outside of the classroom. So we have about 26 Division III athletic teams. We're in the Mid-Atlantic Conference, so we play mostly schools here in the Northeast region. However, we recently added a few new sports. So if anyone's interested in esports, men and women's ice hockey, track and field and cross country, we've recently added those to our athletic teams as well. And we do about 15 intramural sports throughout the year. So if you're looking to play more for fun and not at the competitive varsity level, we do a bunch of intramurals throughout the year just with students on campus, kind of getting you out and active with some friends. And then we have about 60 different student clubs and organizations on campus. So there's always things going on. If you're doing any clubs in high school, we have things from fitness clubs to art clubs to service-based organizations. And there's always students starting new groups as new student interests come in. So you're welcome to start an organization of your own as long as you have a few other students that have a shared interest with you. We are a largely residential school, so we always make sure that there's things happening on campus where students can kind of get involved and get out of their room. We do guarantee housing for all 4 years for anyone coming out of state or even those who are local and just choose that they want to live on campus. There's always a spot for you at Arcadia. Another point that I always like to hit on is our study abroad opportunities as well. Arcadia, since the 1940s and 50s, has really had a global perspective as sort of a pillar of the institution, and we really want our students to be able to be more global thinkers, globally minded. And so we offer a lot of different pathways for students to get a global perspective during their time at Arcadia. There's classes on campus that utilize different forms of community engagement to give students that experience, but the best way to get that is by going out and studying abroad if you can or if you're interested. And about almost 80% of our students do use their passports before they graduate, and you can see we have a pretty large global footprint of where students can earn credit. We have a few programs that are short-term as well as a variety of long-term options. So we have students spending anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to an entire semester or an entire academic year abroad, including a spring preview program that's available to all of our first-year students, where you have the opportunity to go abroad over your spring break of your first year through a class that you take on campus as sort of an introduction to the study abroad world. So definitely be thinking about if you're interested in those opportunities, and if you are interested or you're thinking about it, Arcadia might be a good fit for you in that respect. And then I just want to touch a little bit on our application process and the admissions process. Arcadia is on a rolling admissions cycle. So we have been reviewing applications since September, and we'll continue reviewing all throughout the upcoming academic year. You'll always have a decision in about 2 to 3 weeks from when you apply. We accept applications via the Common App or the Arcadia online application, whichever one you prefer to use. And then we require students to submit a high school transcript and a letter of recommendation from a teacher or a guidance counselor. Arcadia recently made the switch to become a test optional institution, so you're no longer required to submit your SAT or ACT scores. If you choose not to submit your SAT or ACT scores, we do require you to submit one more supplemental material. On the application and on our website, it lays out the 4 options you have, which are either a video, an interview, a portfolio, or an additional essay. And you just have to pick one of those, but that'll be in lieu of your test scores, and it's really just another way to round out your application. We really pride ourselves on having a holistic approach to our application review, so we want to give you the best leg up and the best way for you to highlight your strengths or get creative with your application in a way that works for you. We know testing isn't everyone's strong suit, or a lot of the exams have been canceled recently due to COVID. So test optional is definitely an option for you. And then we always encourage students to submit a resume as well, in addition to those materials, just to highlight some of your extracurricular involvement. We do review for scholarships automatically when you apply. So all of those materials really help us make a well-informed admissions and scholarship decision. If anyone is interested in our acting or our art programs, you would be required to do an additional portfolio review or acting audition. But with that, I want to thank everyone for coming tonight, and my contact information is up here, so feel free to shoot me an email. It's probably the best way to reach me right now, and I'm more than happy to connect with you offline as well. Thank you so much.
Great, and on to our next presenter from Bryn Mawr College.
Hi everyone, so excited to be here today. So give me 1 second. Let me just share my screen. Okay. So let me start from the current slide. Oh, okay. So hello everyone, my name is Katarina Karras Flores, and I'm an admissions counselor at Bryn Mawr College. I also just graduated from Bryn Mawr this past spring, so I'm still very, very familiar with the college environment. So my territories are New Jersey, New York City, encompassing Manhattan and the boroughs, Latin America, and the Caribbean. So if you have any questions about your application, or if you are from any of those territories, please feel free to reach out to me. So Bryn Mawr is one of the 7 sister colleges. And so if you're not familiar, Bryn Mawr is part of a coalition of women's colleges known as such as Wellesley, Barnard, Mount Holyoke, Smith, and Bryn Mawr. So we are located about 20 minutes away from the city of Philadelphia in suburban Pennsylvania. So Bryn Mawr was founded in 1885 during a time when a woman's education was not prioritized in society. So we are a college that was founded and made for all women. And at Bryn Mawr, it isn't about the absence of men, it's about the presence of women. So being at a women's college is definitely a unique experience, and I can honestly authentically speak about that experience because, like I said, I also attended Bryn Mawr. So from our rigorous academics, supportive and empowering community, and strong traditions, Bryn Mawr students and alumni learn how to be bold, dynamic, and agents of change in our communities. We also learn how to be future leaders of the world from our interactions with students, faculty, and staff. So about 60% of the faculty identifies as women, so you can really see your identity being reflected in the leadership positions at Bryn Mawr. To help students acclimate to college, we have 4 main traditions, and those are our traditions are what really set us apart from the other 7 sister schools, for example. So each tradition helps students feel more connected with the community. So our traditions are Parade Night, Lantern Night, Welcome the First Year's Week, and May Day. So my favorite tradition is lantern night because I can show you my actual lantern. So this is a lantern that every student will receive during their first year at Bryn Mawr. So as you can see, my color paint is light blue, so that is my class color. So each class that comes through Bryn Mawr is assigned a class color. And what I love about Lantern Night is that it symbolizes the light of knowledge being passed down onto you from upper class students. So we have about 1,400 undergraduate students. Our average class size is 14 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 9:1. So at Bryn Mawr, you have a very personalized education and a very interdisciplinary education experience as well, since we are also a liberal arts college. We also have more than 35 majors and more than 50 minors and concentrations to choose from as well. So at Bryn Mawr, we also like to say that you can make your Bryn Mawr experience as big or as little as you want it to be, since we have multiple tight-knit relationships with other colleges in the area, such as Haverford College, Swarthmore College, and the University of Pennsylvania. So you can actually major at Haverford as a Bryn Mawr student, but you cannot major at Swarthmore or UPenn, but you can take classes at any of the 3 institutions and participate in as many classes as you would like. In addition, we have about 90 pre-approved study abroad programs, and we also have our most popular 360-degree program. So essentially, the 360 is the epitome of a liberal arts education. You're taking 3 different classes that focus on the same topic. And essentially, this 360-degree program also offers a travel component that is paid for by the college. So for example, there is a 360 that is called Migrations and Borderlands that talks about undocumented migration from Latin America to the United States. And essentially, students take a Spanish class, a sociology class, and an English class to really deepen their understanding of the topic, and they physically travel to the US-Mexico border to talk to undocumented migrants to talk about why is the border wall different on either sides. So finding your why starts with Bryn Mawr. And I also want to end with a quote from a recent alum now who actually graduated my class year, funny enough. So Bryn Mawr offered me the opportunity to truly explore and grow into myself. So Bryn Mawr is a place where students pursue their passions for lives of purpose. And I hope you got to see a little glimmer of that today, from me speaking with you. But if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and I can make sure to give you my email. But thank you so much, for listening to me today.
Thank you so much. We will pass it off now to our presenter from Elizabethtown College.
Hi, thank you so much. My name is Oz. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Elizabethtown College, and I'm going to talk to you about becoming a Blue Jay. So a little bit about our college is we are located in Lancaster County, so it's 80 minutes away from you. We have an 11:1 student to faculty ratio, 58 undergraduate majors, 24 NCAA Division III athletic teams, over 100 clubs and organizations, about 1,600 students. We rank in the top 100 schools in the whole country. The average class size is 17, and we have about 204 acres of campus. So here are some of a list of our majors that we have. We're better known from our business program, our engineering program, our education program, our marketing program, occupational therapy, and a PA program. Those programs are in the top 10 in the whole state. And within the last 5 years, they have a near 100% employment rate. In order to graduate from Eton, every student has to do what is called a signature learning experiences. So the first one is supervised research, an internship, field placement or practicum, cross-cultural experience, so study abroad. So we have over 500 programs, 100 countries, community-based learning. So you get a chance to work with like United Way, Habitat for Humanity, and a capstone course project or development portfolio. You have to do only 2, but you can do more than them. So if you want to do 4, for example, I did 4. I did my research, I did an internship, I went to New Zealand for a semester, and I worked with an organization called the Voluntary Income Tax Program, and you will still graduate within the 4 years. 85% of our students live on campus, but even as a freshman, if you want to live in an apartment, you have the option to do that. But here are the residence halls that we have, and everything is close together. Therefore, you don't have to walk over 20 minutes to go to class. Getting involved on campus is pretty easy. We have 12 sports for female, 12 sports for male. We do not have a football team, but we do have esports. So for any gamers out there, if you play Overwatch, League of Legends, or fortnight, please come in and check us out. We have over 100 clubs and organizations here on campus. So anything from anime, Harry Potter, Quidditch club, religious clubs, political clubs, there is always something for every student. If there is something that you really, really, really want and we don't have it, all you have to do is go to the Student Government Association and they will give you a check for $320. We have a Bauer Center for Sports, Fitness, and Well-Being, and it's more than a gym. It has indoor tracks, outdoor tracks, inside fire pits, outside fire pits. It has your traditional gym, group fitness rooms if you want to do yoga, Zumba, spinning classes. We have a smoothie bar. We have a demonstration kitchen where we teach our students how to eat healthy, so they don't get the famous freshman 15. For me, it was a freshman 17, and as you can see, I still have those. And then we also have a Starbucks as well. So if you want to have a pumpkin spice latte or you just enjoy the time there with your friends, you can do that. We have an honors program. So it's a college within the college. The requirements are simple. A student needs to be in the top 10% in their high school, and you need to have 24 honors credits over 4 years. The application process is pretty simple. Rolling admissions. We need your eTown app or your Common App, high school transcript, SAT or ACT optional. A school report, teacher recommendation, a writing sample. If you want to submit a resume, you can. And the turnaround period is 2 to 3 weeks, which is really, really quickly. And then you have until May 1st to make your final decision. Every student that comes here gets a scholarship no matter what. So if a student that has a 3.5 GPA or higher, they will be awarded $17,000. If you have between a 3.0 to a 3.49, you will be awarded $14,000. And if you have between a 2.5 and a 3, you will get an additional $12,000. We have other scholarships. So if you're doing anything with diversity or social justice, you can receive up to $5,000 a year. If you're doing anything with music, you can receive up to $4,000 a year. And if you're doing anything, if you're one of the brightest students that we have ever seen, we have the STEM scholarship, and we give out 10 of those a year, and those students come in tuition free. The FAFSA goes live October 1st. You can transfer credits. We take AP classes. We take IB courses, so we have dual enrollment courses with community colleges. So we would take any community college level course, 100 level or higher, as long as you get a C- or better. Come in and check us out. We're in Lancaster, PA. We're 80 minutes, 90 minutes away from Philadelphia. You can also come virtually. We have open houses, and we have university days as well. Here's the admissions team. As you can see, I'm all the way to the right. I haven't seen my barber in a long time, so my hair is really long now. But there is my email and my phone number. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And we will be on now to our representative from King's College. Kristen, you're on mute.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kristen O'Callahan. I represent King's College. I represent the Long Island, 5 boroughs, and the New England states. So I'm just going to go along. Our mission at King's College is to make you a productive learner and educate you in a collaborative way. We're a liberal arts school, 4-year private college, Catholic college. Some of our sister schools are here, Notre Dame, Stonehill, those schools. So those are the same. We have the same priest, the Holy Cross congregation. So we have students that apply from 41 states. Those are some of the schools: Arizona, California, Georgia. And 80% of our first year students reside on campus, and we approximately have 2,400 undergraduates, 50% male and 50% female. We have over 50 clubs and organizations on campus, 28 NCAA intercollegiate athletic teams, and we're members of the Middle Atlantic Conference, otherwise known as the MAC Conference. We too also just started an esports team. We have men's volleyball, which is a year or 2 old, and women's golf, which has just been added as well. We have many volunteer service opportunities locally and nationally. We have study abroad service trips, and we also have study abroad for semesters, and also during our Christmas break, spring break, and summer break, that you can either do a faculty-led program or a mission trip as well. We have 24-hour computer labs on our campus and library, and our residence halls have Wi-Fi. We have free printing on campus as well. And we have a campus radio station, a campus TV station as well. And we also have 24-hour security in our freshman residence halls. We have single-sex residence halls for freshmen and sophomore. And then sophomore year, juniors, and seniors can live on campus style apartments. Everybody gets their own bedroom. They share a kitchen, bathroom, and living room. So we're located in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, not far from Scranton, like an hour drive out of Philadelphia, 2-hour drive from Manhattan. There's plenty of things to do in Wilkes-Barre: shopping, farmers market, movie theater, bowling alley, and we're located near a bunch of ski mountains and water parks as well. There's also a concert arena. We have the Yankees AAA team close to us, and also the Pittsburgh Penguins AAA team close to us as well. These are some of our majors. We're based in liberal arts, but these are some of our liberal arts majors that we offer at the college. These are some of our colleges of science that we offer. And then there are health science program. We have an athletic training program. It's a 5-year master's program. We have a nursing program as well, and a 5-year physician assistant master's program. We also have an accredited AACSB accredited McGowan School of Business. Our alumni get really involved with our business students, and they take you to Philadelphia or Manhattan to learn how to have a business dinner, proper business dinner, and a proper business meeting, and they mentor you. So that happens a couple of times a year as well. And our students do get internships in Philadelphia and Manhattan as well. We have an engineering program, civil and mechanical on campus, 4 years. And then we have all these other tracks with Notre Dame and Washington University with St. Louis. Okay, so we also we have a special undeclared program at King's. It helps you decide, the professors that run that program help you decide and choose what your strengths are, and helps you decide a major by the end of your sophomore year. So these are all our accreditations at King's. We, like I said, with the business school, the athletic training, we are accredited by the athletic training. Our physician assistant is always accredited every year, and same with our nursing program. And we're working on our accreditation for engineering as well. And these are all our athletic teams that I had mentioned before. And these are our dining options. We have all these several places to eat on campus. Big one being Chick-fil-A, which is located in our physician assistant building. Applying to King's, we are on the Common App, and we also have a King's app, which is at www.kings.edu, and they're both free. So we do early action, early decision, and rolling admission. And these are all the things we look at. We look at college essay, letters of recommendation, extracurricular, and admission. It's not required an interview, but we do like to see it. And then we look at your strength of schedule, your grades, and we are test optional for most majors except physician assistant, nursing, and engineering. And everybody gets a scholarship who applies. They run from $13,000 to $22,000. And basically, that's it. We're offering on-campus visits Monday through Saturday. from 9 to 3 o'clock. And then we're also offering virtual visits, and we do have some virtual open houses, one coming up in November and others coming up next year. This is my contact information if anybody would like to ask me any further questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will pass it off now to Lasalle University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bryce. I am one of the admissions counselors here at LaSalle. My territory is the entire state of New Jersey. So welcome to LaSalle virtually. Cool thing about LaSalle, we're located on a 133-acre campus right in Philadelphia. So we're in Northwest Philly. We are a Catholic university run by the Christian Brothers. So the Christian Brothers, their mission in life was education. And so they founded a bunch of different universities, well, educational opportunities all over the world. LaSalle is 100% faculty taught. We have about 3,200 undergrad students and over 120 clubs and organizations. So our student to faculty ratio is 12:1. Your average class size is going to be about 22 students. So you really get that one-on-one attention at LaSalle. We also have 18 Division I sports and 42 full-time undergraduate majors. So if you look here, here's some of our teams. Basketball is the big one. It is a great time going to a LaSalle basketball game. All of our students really enjoy that. So yeah, here's looking back, 12:1. Here's right outside our business building. You can tell that we have that family feel at LaSalle. This is our dean right here chatting with students. So we love that about our campus. My personal favorite part about LaSalle is its location. We are located in Philadelphia. We like to say that Philly is our classroom and our playground. So the students really utilize Philadelphia in all different aspects, whether it comes to internships. There's plenty of internships at LaSalle with Philly. Social life, academics, they really utilize the city. And like I mentioned before, we have plenty of clubs and organizations, Greek life, community service, club sports. So really it all depends on what you're interested in, but we will most likely have it at LaSalle. And if not, you can always start your own organization. Another cool part of being, if you're not a Philly student, a lot of our students will live on campus who travel elsewhere, even if you are from Philly. So you are required to live on campus for the first 3 years. It starts off in a traditional just residence hall situation, but then as you grow at LaSalle, you can go into apartments, townhouses. There's a cool little townhouse community at LaSalle that I think is awesome. And each residence hall has an RA, to be a point of contact for students. So here's another picture of campus. And next we'll get to the admissions process. So this is our bread and butter. How you apply to LaSalle is you first complete an app. We have a LaSalle app. We're also a part of the Common app and the Coalition app. We are completely free to apply. We do require an essay or a personal statement, an official high school transcript, one letter of recommendation, and then you can send test scores if you'd like, but we are test optional fully for all programs this year. Here are some of our scholarship opportunities. So our Founder Scholarship, every single student that applies to LaSalle will receive some form of scholarship. So our Founder Scholarship is a merit-based scholarship. Last year, it fell between $5,000 and $18,000, depending where you fell academically. Our Community Service Scholarship is a separate application. It's an extra $5,000 per year for people very involved in community service. Christian Brothers Scholarship is a full tuition scholarship. Athletic Scholarship is if you're interested in being a student athlete. And then our Legacy Scholarship is if you've had a parent that went to LaSalle. It's an extra $1,000 per year. We also like to note that the FAFSA in general opened on October 1st, so definitely fill that out. I'll also say, since I have a couple more minutes, that probably our main program is our nursing program. And this year we are fully test optional, which I think is pretty awesome for that. We have a great speech pathology program and an amazing business school, a 4-year BS to MBA in accounting. So there's so much that you can get out of LaSalle, and I really just encourage our students to make the most of it. But I really feel like that one-on-one attention at LaSalle, it sets you up for success in the career world, and there's so many opportunities. So without further ado, thank you very much.
Excellent. And we will pass it off now to our presenter from Messiah University.
There it is. There's the unmute button. Hi, everyone. Thank you for making it all the way to the end to my presentation. My name is Marianne Ramirez Gomez, and I am an admissions counselor from Messiah University. Now, if you want my contact information, it is right over here. So just feel free to send me a text, give me a call, or send me an email, whichever way you prefer to communicate. All right. Okay, so Messiah is located in Eastern Pennsylvania, about 15 minutes away from the capital of PA, which is Harrisburg. And then you also have all these really cool cities nearby, just in case you want to do a weekend trip or an over break trip with your friends. I do want to show you some of the fun things our students like to do. So watch this video with me. All right, so there you have it. Some fun traditions that Messiah students like to do, and I'd love to go in deeper. So let me know if you want to know more about any of these, okay? All right, so up next, Messiah. We are currently serving around 2,700 undergraduate students, but with our graduate programs, we also serve a total of around 3,200 students. The average first-year student receives around $27,000 in financial aid. And of course, how much you receive really depends on your academic merit and your need. And that's what your admissions counselor is there for, to kind of meet the gap between your need and the cost of attendance, right? All right. Messiah offers more than 85 majors, so you have a lot to choose from. If you are interested in it, we probably have it. Our most popular majors lately have been nursing, engineering, business, education. And we just introduced the new program for accelerated programs for the doctorate of physical therapy, and also the early acceptance program for occupational therapy. I'm skipping on that one. All right. Our student to faculty ratio is 12:1. So personally, for me, this was one of the best things about learning in an environment where I knew that if I was going to raise my hand, my professor was going to call me by name. The average class is about 20 students, so also very nice for my learning environment. And 85% of our faculty hold a terminal degree. So that just means that they're at the highest level of education in the field that they can be. So you're going to be learning from professors who are knowledgeable in their field. Okay. I would also like to go over all of these options for applying. Messiah recently has become test optional. So as long as you give us your high school transcript and your official application, we are on the Common App as well. You will hear back from me or whoever your admissions counselor is in about 2 to 3 weeks. So happens pretty quick. So you can submit that. If you're interested in our accelerated program and the early assurance program that I mentioned before, or also the honors program, then we would require an SAT or ACT or also a CLT test. Okay, the application is free up until November 15th. So yeah, just make sure to communicate with your admissions counselor who is there to help you with anything that you might need. I'll also like to click on this link just so you'll be able to learn more about what it is that Messiah has. I would love for you to meet with your admissions counselor. If that's me, great. But just as you can see, I am currently in messiah.edu/visit. You can visit in person, since if you are close to Messiah or if you'd like to do some trip with your family, you could also do a virtual tour, which is a really cool way to just visit campus through like a Google map kind of thing. And then also you can visit us virtually. You can see some different kinds of tours, meet with your admissions counselor and things like that. All right, and now we're off to the end. If you have any questions, I'd love for our paths to cross throughout your college search journey. So just let me know how I can best help.
Great, thank you so much. Students, feel free to use that Q&A now that we've heard from all of our representatives. That Q&A is in the center of your screen at the bottom. They are willing and ready to answer any of those questions that you have. We did kind of get through quickly, which is great. So we have just a few minutes remaining in our session. So I'm going to give an opportunity to each of our presenters, kind of starting from the top, maybe about 30 to 45 seconds, anything, maybe a campus tradition, something that makes you extra unique, or maybe just some information that you didn't get to share in that first go round. So we'll start with Arcadia.
Sure, thank you. So one thing that I just always think is fun to share in case you haven't had a chance to see Arcadia or visit us is that we do have a castle on our campus, and campus itself is pretty historic. It's been around since 1853. And we have some pretty great buildings on campus, like our castle, which is actually a residence hall for first-year students. So if you want to live out your fairy tale dreams, you might have the opportunity to live on the 3rd floor of our castle. And one thing that we do really fun every year during Halloween time, typically is a haunted castle where we do ghost tours of the castle and set up the different rooms on the 1st floor as a different haunted theme. So we invite community members and the whole Arcadia community as well to come through there. So that's just a fun tradition that we do with the castle each year.
Awesome. And from Bryn Mawr.
Yeah, so kind of going on also about like residential life. So we have about 14 different dorms on campus, and each of them have their own personalities. So our campus was also designed by the architect of Princeton. So if you've ever been to Princeton University, it looks very, very similar. And we also have quite a few castles on campus as well. And because of that aesthetic, one of the traditions that we have on campus is doing a Harry Potter themed meal dinner once every 4 years. It has quite the turnout. So each student is sorted into a specific house, and all of the professors, even the president of our university, plays a specific character, and they have British accents, Irish accents. It's so much fun, and I just love having the different traditions on campus that also connect with what our architecture is like on Bryn Mawr's campus.
Excellent. And Elizabethtown College?
Yes, unfortunately, we do not have a castle on our campus, but we have really, really old buildings. We do also have different themes in our different residential halls, and we have live and learning communities as well. We do have a first year seminar, and that is Harry Potter theme based. So you will be assorted into the different classes: Gryffindor, Slytherin. I forgot the Hufflepuff, and the last one, Ravenclaw. There you go. So it's a first year seminar for all of our students to make it fun. So those are some of the traditions that we have here at the college.
And from King's College?
I unmuted myself. I didn't get to mention that we are a smaller school. I mean, I said 2,400 students, but our average class size is 18. And you really get that personalized education. One of the things when I talked to all the professors this year when we went up, when we did updates, was that they feel that they can give that personalized attention, and there's tons of ways that the students can talk to them and get their help, and they're there to help them. So that's a great thing about King's College. I went there and it does feel like a second family, and the professors and RAs and RCs really look out for you. They're always looking out for you and they want you to succeed.
And Lasalle University?
A really cool thing about LaSalle that's fairly new is that we are a pet-friendly campus. So we have a whole dorm dedicated to pets that they can live with you. So you can bring your dog to school if you want. This dorm has a full, dog playground, pet playground if your cat wants to do that too. So that's pretty exciting. And then we have a campus dog as well, who's always roaming around, named Angus, and everyone really likes him. So it's pretty fun.
Fun. And Messiah University.
All right. So some of our traditions include hammocking. Sometimes when the weather is really nice outside, you will see a rainbow of just colorful hammocks. We also like to tube down the breaches or canoe down the breaches. The food is really good. That's one of the things I always like to highlight anywhere I go, actually. I love to see where there is good food. And if you don't like whatever is being offered during the day, my friends always like to go to downtown Harrisburg to get some authentic tacos or some type of nice food. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for all of those fun little extras to our panelists here at the end of our presentation. Students, as you are clicking out of that webinar, please know that there is a 4-question survey at the end. If you could please fill that out for us, it really does help for future programming. Check out that Collegewise website for additional resources and possible more sessions in the future. And this recording will be available on that same website where you registered, usually within a few days. So I'd like to thank all of our presenters for joining us and our students as well. And have a good evening, everyone.